Howdy guys, thanks for waiting patiently. I hope you really enjoyed part one, but let's have a look at the second and final delicious solo in Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Let's take a look.
Put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger.
Alright, let's take a look at the first section. I'm going to start off with this sort of little riffy thing using sort of a G Phrygian shape. Let's slow that down. I want to start from 6th at the 5th string with my pinky. And then I'm going to go 3, 4, 6 on the 6th string. And then I play slightly faster than what I just played, 3, 5, 6 on the 5th string. So all together. Okay, then we're going to repeat the first 4 notes. So I'm going to play 6th to the 5th string again, and then go 3, 4, 6 on the 6th string. But as soon as I get to that note there, I want to slide from 6 to 8 on the 6th string. And then I'm going to pick it again when I get back. Now I've seen it played like that. A couple of people have covered it that way. I just don't like the way it sounds without the slide. I think that's got a little bit more vibe. Anyway, let's have a look at what we've got from the top. Okay, we're going to borrow exactly the same couple of notes that we had at the start from the first phrase. So we're going to do this again. Exactly the same. So that was 6th of the 5th, 3, 4, 6 on the 6th string, and then 3, 5, 6 on the 5th. And then I go to this. So what I'm doing here, I'm sort of working around, kind of feels like an A Locrian shape. I want to play 8 at the 5th string, then I'm going to play 5, 6, 8 on the 6th string, and then 5, 6, 8 on the 5th. And that altogether that's going to sound like this. Let's try the whole thing from the start, and there's a little bit more I want to add to this section. Okay, now there's 3 little groups of 3 I want to add, and then we'll leave all of the big runs for section 2. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go 4, 6, 8 on the 4th string, and then 6, 8, 10 on the 4th still. Still keeping on the 4th string, I'm going to play 8, 10, 11. So I'm going to go, and I'm just sort of shuffling along the fretboard. That's all of the first section. So let's take it slowly from the start, and then we'll do it again with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Okay, so section 2 is just going to be those delicious runs. There's almost a little bit of a Bark at the Moon vibe if you guys learnt that song many moons ago when I posted it. So I want to start off with kind of a D sharp or E flat kind of Locrian shape. I'm starting from 6th fret of the 5th string. I'm going to play 6, 7, 9 on the 5th, and then do the same thing on the 4th. Okay, then from there I want to do this. What I'm doing there, get the notes right this time. I want to play 6 of the 3rd, jump to 9 of the 4th, and then back to 6 of the 3rd again. So I'm going to go all together. At the end of that, I want to play 8, 9 on the 3rd string. We're going to do a very similar idea with the rhythm and the shape that we're sort of dealing with. This time it's more of, I guess, more of a Mixolydian-y type deal from G sharp. So I'm starting from the 4th fret of the top string. I'm going to play 4, 6 and 8 on the 6th string, and then the same thing on the 5th. Okay, then I want to jump to 4 of the 4th, back up to 8 of the 5th, and then to 4 of the 4th again. At the end of that, I want to play 6/8 on the 4th to finish that little group. So back to back, you'll see the rhythm and the emphasis and the way that we're changing the strings is basically identical in phrasing. Okay, now the last one I work with is kind of a B flat mixolydian, but the shape changes a little bit. I want to start with my middle finger this time on the 6th string, and I'm going to play 6/8, and then I want to jump to 5 of the 5th, but then jump straight up again. So this is a little bit different. And then back to 8 of the 6th string. So I'm going to go, okay, then I play 5 of the 5th again, and then I want to play 6/8 twice. So all together, to finish that group off, I want to play 5/6 on the 4th string, and then I'm just going to end with a power chord on B flat on the 6th string. I'm playing the 6th fret of the top string, and I'm also playing 8 of the 5th. Nice gentlemanly power chord. So that's all of section 2. Let's try that again relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again with some tabs. One more time, some tabs. Okay, let's have a look at the last section. We're going to start off by working through a couple of arpeggios. So the first one I'm dealing with is kind of an E flat major, but I'm just starting from the 5th of that arpeggio instead of from the root note. So I'm going to play 13 of the 5th and the 4th string with a rolling ring finger, and then I'm going to play 12 of the 3rd string with my middle, and then jump to 11 of the 2nd string. Hopefully that's making sense. And then I just work into a B flat major, the difficult word to say, B flat major arpeggio. I'm starting from 13 of the 5th again, but I'm using different fingers. So I'm starting with the pinky, I'm then playing 12 of the 4th and 10 of the 3rd, and then I finish that off by playing 11 of the 2nd string again. After that, I jump into a C minor arpeggio. You'll notice that we might have seen more extended versions before. We're just not finishing it off. So some of these shapes might look familiar to you. So for the C minor, I'm playing 15 of the 5th string with my pinky. I'm playing 13 of the 4th and 12 of the 3rd. And then resolving that to the high C on 13th fret of the 2nd string. So all together thus far. Okay, then we work into this phrase. And obviously over some of this we'll have harmonies. So I'm starting off by playing 7/8 on the 3rd string. Then very similar, but I have a cheeky quick 10 before I play the second 8. So all together. And that's on the ooh yeah part. So after we've done that, let's have a look at that. I'm going to start from 6 of the 2nd string. And I'm going to do a quick hammer on from 8 to 9 and then pluck the 8 again, and this is still on the 2nd string. And I do a very similar phrase, but I'm going to do a hammer on from 10 to 11 on the 2nd string and then play 10 again. But after I've hit that 10, I'm going to slide back to 3. Now because it's such a big slide, I would recommend kind of looking at 3 instead of following your fretting hand there. If I know that I'm in position with that, my hammer on and my pull off aren't going to change my fretting and my positioning too much. So I think being one step ahead of yourself does help you in those initial stages of getting to the right spot. So let's go from the 7/8 part. Okay, now the next bit kind of comes over the top of this. You guys will have to mix and match it and figure out which ones work for you. I kind of left it out on my original take, but do as you will. You might be able to share this with another guitarist. I'm going to start from 10 of the 1st string and I'm going to go. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 10, 12, 14, and then hitting 14 again and bending it up a semitone. That's got a high harmony to it as well. And then I jump to 9 of the second string, and I'm going to play 9 and slide to 11 and then slide to 8. Then exactly the same phrasing, I'm going to go 8, 11, 8. And that's just before Nothing Really Matters, or around that same time. So here I go. And that's all of section 3. Let's do it relatively slowly from the arpeggios, and then do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. And that was part 2 of my Bohemian Rhapsody tutorial. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Catch you real soon.
Nobody loves me.
He's just a poor boy from a poor family, sparing his life from this monstrosity.